WolfMan is a Julia Garner and Christopher Abbott mega blockbuster horror movie that will show the world that transforming into WolfMan is a slow and long progress.
This process is slow.
We will dive into the movie review of WolfMan as one man trying his best to protect his family but end up being the one thing he never wished for.
Mein Gott, Wurstbutter!
Directed by Lee Whannell, who also directed the Saw movie franchise. The cast of the movie are as follows: Julia Garner as Charlotte, Christopher Abbott as Blake, and Matilda First as Ginger. The movie starts off when Blake, as a young kid, hanging out with his dad, going nature hunting or something. The dad takes his son to watch the view, telling him everything will be alright no matter what the problem is, but gets on him for daydreaming, especially when he tried to touch an innocent mushroom. The dad tried to tell him about the survival of the fittest thing, but sees a deer minding his own business.
Oh kids, look, a deer.
He tried to shoot the deer, but the deer was too fast for him. Blake decided to do the dumbest thing ever. Go alone in the middle of the woods to find a deer, but sees something weird, which results in him and his dad run for the treehouse. So this creature tried to climb the treehouse, but the dad had his hunter rifle ready to blow his head off, but the creature is too smart for that and decided to eat some innocent animal who was probably minding his own business. So Blake and his dad get back home, and the dad got a CB radio from Radio Shack telling his buddy he almost shot the beast, which is far from the truth because he was a terrible shooter. Now, fast forward to 30 years later, Blake has a daughter named Ginger, and she, just like her dad, not paying attention and decided to a triple beam like she's a gymnastics almost to the middle of the street, which results in Ginger getting fussed at.
And you, lady, are in big trouble.
Back at home, Charlotte gets home and she's taking an important phone call while Ginger and Blake eating some food. Blake and Charlotte having an argument about nothing and just move on. Blake is supposed to be a writer who is off between jobs, and we never explain what he writes for or what's his last book.
He's a failed writer.
Charlotte is a journalist who's also never explained who she's a journalist for, but she does has a job. Blake got some bad news that his dad passed away, which he never got the chance to speak to because both of them was never on the same terms, and he hoped that he was supposed to speak to him, but unfortunately he never got that chance. But he got the keys to his house. The next day, Blake pops up as Charlotte's job for some weird reason, wanting her to go to Oregon to spend some time together.
You're gonna go to Oregon!
Charlotte doesn't think it's a great idea and did not want to quit her job either.
Not a good idea.
So the trio goes to Oregon to get to the house, and some random guy shows up in the treehouse for an unknown reason, but decides to show the family where the house is located, where an unknown bee shows up in the middle of the road for no reason, makes Blake swerve the van off the road. The random guy falls from the van and gets eaten like he's a piece of chicken.
Hey, no, don't move!
Blake gets Charlotte and Ginger to the top of the van. Blake, for some reason, tried to close the door, which is dumb, which resulted in him getting scratched by this beast. The nightmare continues as Blake, Charlotte, and Ginger run to the house for safety.
Run.
Blake trying to find barriers for the door and even turned on the beacon to light up the house. While they are in the house, Blake started to change to WolfMan slowly, very slowly. He has a nasty scar on his arm. He lost the ability to speak. He loses teeth, losing hair, and his skin starts to deteriorate. The worst thing about all of that, when he realized he's turned to Wolfman, he started eating his own skin like he's eating Popeye's chicken.
Chicken from Popeyes.
The cool thing is when he tried to see, he has this ultraviolet blue vision that he could see whoever is in front of him. On top of that, they have to survive the night because something's out there is after him, waiting to eat them.
We were attacked.
Charlotte sees an old truck out in the middle of the yard and sees the opportunity to escape from this place with a truck battery, barricades, and a bit of luck. Charlotte, Ginger, and Wolfman Blake try to escape after the truck ignition starts. But this happens. They run into higher ground, but this random Wolfman wants to have Popeye chicken, fries, and red beans and rice by eating them.
So every bite is crunchy and juicy.
Wolfman Blake established a plan to create a diversion so Charlotte and Ginger can run back to the house safely. A few minutes later, after Wolfman Blake just walks in the house looking like a creep, thinking it's safe, that same random Wolfman comes back, wanting his 3-piece dinner by fighting Wolfman Blake.
It's feeding time.
We have an all-out Wolfman battle where they go toe-to-toe and Wolfman Blake wins the battle. The movie should end right here, right? Right?
Right? Wrong.
There's a plot twist. That random Wolfman Blake killed earlier is his dad.
Damn!
When he noticed something on his arm. Now Wolfman Blake turned full-fledged wolf and decides that he wants a 2-piece dinner by having taste for Ginger and Charlotte.
So every bite is crunchy and juicy.
So the ladies run into the middle of the woods and then escape into the treehouse.
Back up!
The same scene that we have seen earlier with Blake was a little cat where his dad was holding a gun. It's the exact same thing happened, except Charlotte is holding a hunting rifle waiting for Wolfman Blake to climb up. Unfortunately for Wolfman Blake, he climbs up like an idiot, look at Charlotte and Ginger, and just when he tried to attack them, he received the end of a bullet, and that should be the end of the movie. The movie starts off slow as the character trying to develop the story with their issues. The marriage is off to a rocky start. Blake's tried his best to protect the family.
Are we gonna die?
No, it's my job to protect you.
And being the father figure of Ginger. Charlotte is not sure what she wants to do, but she gets kind of jealous because Ginger pays more attention to Blake than to her. But Charlotte does help her a lot by being the best she can by reaching help on the CB radio and defending her daughter from a serious threat. I like the story line more for Blake after he was scratched and it slowly developed how he transformed into a wolf. The movie also reminded me of another movie called A Quiet Place, where there's not much dialogue in a movie and they have to keep quiet in many situations. However, the storyline drags way too long and sort of sputters you to sleep. The dialogue was average and was just a simple Wolfman movie without any special weapons such as silver bullets. I wish the movie had a little more dialogue, but the suspense turned out to be good. The movie got that feel of a 1970s and 1980s werewolf movie. Generic, suspenseful, and bit of a drag, I would give this movie 6 stars. If you want to see more upcoming movie reviews on my channel, press the like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next movie review.
The Wolfman is a segment of your imagination.